Hey everyone, and welcome. What if I told you that in the very near future, you're not going to be tapping on apps anymore, but actually talking to beings? Today, we're diving into a platform that's building the foundation for that exact future. It's called OpenHuman.ai, and they've got a seriously bold vision to become the app store for digital humans. So let's dig in and see what that's all about.
Just take a second and really think about this. What if your personal AI could be with you, well, everywhere? I'm not talking about separate apps that don't talk to each other. I mean, one single continuous personality in your car, on your TV, maybe on a kiosk at the mall, and it always remembers your last conversation. That's the wild idea we're going to unpack today.
So how is any of this even possible now? Well, it's because a bunch of key technologies have all started getting really good, all at the same time. Let's start with the brain. Large language models, the tech behind stuff like ChatGPT, have given AI this incredible ability to hold, really nuanced conversations. They can actually think through complex problems. This means our digital humans are no longer just scripted bots. They kind of have a mind of their own.
Okay, next up, the voice. Text-to-speech tech, especially from companies like 11 Labs, has gotten so good it's kind of scary. It can now generate voices that are literally indistinguishable from a real human, with all the right emotion and natural pauses. So yeah, they definitely don't sound like robots anymore.
And finally, we've got the face. Thanks to some incredible leaps in computer graphics, we can now create and render photorealistic digital faces in real time, even on our phones. They can look just like us. So, we've got the brain, the voice, the face. Seems like all the pieces are there, right?
Well, not quite. Even with all these amazing parts, something absolutely crucial has been missing. It's like having these brilliant musicians, but they're all playing in separate rooms. They can't come together to form a real living orchestra.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the hardest piece of this whole puzzle: natural movement. I mean, how do you get a digital character to gesture, to shift its weight, and express emotion with its body language in a way that perfectly matches what it's saying, all in real time? This is that uncanny valley that's kept digital humans from ever feeling truly alive.
The key, the technology that unlocks this whole thing, is called AI motion synthesis. The best way to think about it is like a digital puppeteer. It listens to the words, it hears the tone of voice, it understands the emotion, and then, instantly, it pulls all the right strings to create perfectly synced, lifelike gestures. This is the magic that breathes life into the avatar and makes it feel real.
So this is exactly where OpenHuman.ai comes into the picture. They're not just trying to solve that motion problem. They're building the entire world around it. They're creating what they call the App Store for Beings.
And their mission is super clear: to be the world's first open marketplace for these realistic, interactive digital humans. This isn't just about one cool tech demo. It's about building an entire ecosystem where anyone can create, sell, and interact with these beings. Okay, this analogy right here makes the whole thing just click. You've got the Apple App Store for, well, apps. You've got Shopify for building online stores. Steam is the place you go for PC games. OpenHuman.ai is setting itself up to be that same kind of foundational platform, but for a totally new category: interactive digital beings.
All right, so how does a marketplace for digital humans actually work? It's all built on this dynamic, three-sided ecosystem. Everyone has a really important role to play. Let's break down who does what.
The whole thing is basically a balanced partnership between three key groups. You've got the creators, who bring these digital humans to life. You have the platform itself, OpenHuman, providing all the underlying tech. And of course, you have the end users, that's us, who get to interact with these new AI beings.
First up, the creators. Their side of the deal is incredibly powerful. Build once, sell everywhere. This means they get to focus on the fun stuff, the creator side. They give it a personality, they design the 3D look, they decide how it behaves, and OpenHuman gives them all the tools they need to do it, for free.
And this right here, this is the most important number for those creators. They keep a full 70% of all the revenue. That's a huge incentive, and it's designed to get the world's best 3D artists, writers, and AI devs to fill this marketplace with an amazing variety of digital beings. Next, there's the platform itself. OpenHuman provides the core engine for everything, the marketplace where you find the beings, that powerful AI motion engine we just talked about, and, this is the secret sauce, the context synchronization that lets your AI remember you across every single device. For building and running this whole ecosystem, they take a 30% cut.
Now, let's get to the most exciting part:
What does all this tech and this whole ecosystem actually feel like for you, the end user? It unlocks what the platform calls the killer experience, having one single, persistent AI companion that's with you everywhere. Let's just walk through a day with a digital human. We'll call her Amy. At 7 a.m., she pops up on your smart mirror. An hour later, she's on your car's display, continuing the exact same conversation you were having earlier. At lunch, she pings your phone with a suggestion for a place nearby. At the supermarket, she shows up on a public kiosk to help with your shopping list. And when you finally get home, she's on your TV, ready to chat about what movie to watch.
You see, this is the real game changer. It's a continuous relationship, not just a series of one-off chats. You get this ubiquitous presence on tons of devices. The context is persistent, meaning you never have to repeat yourself. The AI remembers everything, which completely changes how you interact with it. It's location-aware, so its help is always relevant. And the switch between devices is seamless, under 2 seconds, so it really feels like this one being is just moving with you through your day.
By making this seamless, cross-device experience possible, OpenHuman.ai isn't just launching some cool new product, they're laying the groundwork for what could become an entirely new digital economy.
So how does this actually stack up against what's already out there? Well, this chart is pretty telling. While other platforms do one or two things well, like Character.ai has a great AI brain, and MetaHuman is amazing for 3D models, OpenHuman is the only one pulling it all together. They've got the marketplace, real-time 3D, the AI brain, monetization for creators, and that absolute killer feature, cross-device context. No one else is doing it.
And it all builds toward this really grand vision for how we interact with computers. They really believe that in a decade, the idea of tapping on a grid of static icons is going to feel ancient. Instead, we'll just have conversations with these persistent AI beings. So if you take one thing away from this, it should be this. OpenHuman.ai isn't just another chatbot inside a 3D model. It's the fundamental infrastructure. It's the plumbing, the marketplace, the operating system for an entire open economy of digital beings.
Which leaves all of us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. For decades, our technology has just been a set of tools that we command. This platform is suggesting that the next step isn't a tool but a companion we relate to. So the question isn't just about utility anymore, it's about connection. Are you ready to build a relationship with AI?